Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and in this video, I'll show you how to copy an agent to Copilot Studio. This no-code agent built in Agent Builder will be copied over to Copilot Studio just by following a few steps over here. And once that is completed, the agent successfully migrates into Copilot Studio with a few gotchas that I am going to call out in this video. This is the bridge that we've been waiting for to cross over from no code to low code in a seamless manner. So stick around because this is very, very important. But first, here's my intro video. So let's start by understanding what this term copy an agent to Copilot Studio really means. Because yes, it does migrate your no-code agent that you build in M365 Copilot Agent Builder to Copilot Studio. Yes, the migration does happen, but it takes a copy of it. What that also means is that original agent in Agent Builder, yes, it will remain over there. And the second important thing is that what all can it actually copy? So right over here, there is an important list. These are the agent configurations that it'll actually copy. Things such as the static text fields, name, description, instructions, suggested prompts, agent icon, SharePoint, files, folders, sites, knowledge, like that's the knowledge, and then websites which are added as knowledge. These are the only configurations that it'll copy over. And there are some other limitations. What I'm doing in this video is to test all of these instructions and really see if it works. So let's jump into the fun part now. So here I have my holiday sales agent that I built with absolutely no code in my agent builder in M365 Copilot. What I have over here is an icon. I have description, and then here I have some very specific instructions. A couple of things that I always match in all my instructions is that, hey, use a good tone, make sure that you actually go and comply by all our company information, only provide that stuff. Like this is just general standard practice that I follow in my instructions over here. Next thing that I did was I added a few knowledge. So there's actually 3 different types. And again, this was to test the full potential. One is websites, all right? These are fictitious websites that actually went and grabbed their URL. Second is uploaded files that get saved in the SharePoint container. And if you're interested in that, I've done a whole separate video on it. Go ahead and take a look at that in the description below. And finally, I just added some links to my SharePoint sites. Like there's a whole link over here called Holiday Sales Management. I've gone ahead and added that as well. Based on this documentation that I just showed you, these two, like the websites and the SharePoint link, that should get migrated over, but this upload files will not. We will go ahead and test that. All right, on the bottom is this suggested prompts list over here. Now, as you and I know, when it comes to Agent Builder, you have the option to add up to 12 prompts. And therefore, I've gone ahead and populated all of it. In fact, as you see on the bottom, I cannot go ahead and add any more. Why? Because it says you cannot add more than 12 suggested prompts. So I am fully utilizing this over here just to see, hey, will all of this migrate over? All right, so now I think you should agree with me that I'm really testing the potential of this copy functionality, all right? This is the whole agent. So here we go. What I'm gonna do next is to actually come to the top right where there's the ellipsis, click on it, and now you see the option for copy to Copilot Studio. This was not there before, right? This is just getting lit up in your tenant. It did that in mine, which is why I'm building this detailed video just for you. So here we go. I'm going to go and click on copy to Copilot Studio. And the first thing that we get is this prompt window saying, hey, copy to Copilot Studio, full experience. Expand what your agent can do with advanced features in Copilot Studio. Expand what your agent can do with advanced features in Copilot Studio. Then it goes on to say, its current responses and behavior may change. It's kind of giving it just a little FYI. Then it goes and says like, most agent details will come over, including name, icon description, enterprise knowledge, SharePoint, and website resources. Basically everything that we saw in this Microsoft Learning document. On the bottom, it says what's not included. Uploaded files, Teams and Outlook knowledge sources, sharing settings, image generations, so on and so forth. All right, here we go. I'm going to go and click on Get Started. And the first thing that is saying, hey, choose your environment. So I like this nice deep integration this N365 Copilot has with our Copilot Studio, because what it is telling me is that these are the environments me as the maker and the person who's doing the migration or the copying over, these are all the environments I have access to. Now, if you notice, the first environment it's selected is my default environment. There you go. You see this checkbox over here? Anytime you see an environment which has your full name, more than likely that's your default environment. So for the sake of this demo, I'm going to leave that as is. This is my default. And then just to make sure we don't miss anything, let's also read this over here. It says sharing limit. It says this environment might limit how you can share your agent. And this is a very important message to be aware of, because depending on your destination environment, you might have some environment group rules over there, which is limiting your sharing. So all of that will affect when this agent is copied over there. So it's a very subtle message, but it's very, very important talking about your sharing limits. All right, so we're good over here. I'm going to go and click on continue. It opened up another tab, took me directly to the environment that I selected. And right now there is a copying that is going on in the backend, but it's doing a very important migration. And voila, just in the matter of seconds, we got our agent copied over there. Isn't this awesome? I mean, we've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. Just a quick update. If you wish to support my channel, you have two options. Go to my YouTube channel, click on join, and select any one of these membership options. Keep in mind, you can cancel it at any time. For a one-time payment, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Dan Christian and select either 1, 5, or as many coffees as you like. Thank you for your support. All right, so now let's deeply scrutinize this copy migration that happened. So the first thing we noticed was the name. It said holiday sales agent, but it also added this additional text called copy. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, all right, because I don't need that. Next, we saw that the icon get copied over. That is good, because that's usually something that we have to do it after the fact. I'm so glad that it moved that over as well. We see the description came through. This is great, because this is what we saw on the list over here. The description piece will come through. Also, the instructions, all of it came through. If I go ahead and expand it, you will see that I had 3 options in my agent builder. All of it came through in my Copilot Studio. And check this out, as far as the knowledge goes, the 2 links for that fictitious website that I had, hey, they came through, and also my SharePoint list came through. But did you notice the upload document did not come through? But we knew that. Microsoft gave us a heads up that upload files will not come through, because those by default get stored in your SharePoint container. Those don't get migrated over here. So far everything is good. All right, I'm happy over here. The web search toggle was enabled by default. That's also good. But now if I scroll down over here, we are seeing something interesting. All 12 of the suggested prompts got moved over. But in the bottom it says you cannot add more than 6 suggested prompts. So this is where I see this confusion. It did a good copy, it did a good migration, but now you've got to go and do some cleanup. So this is the part that I didn't like a whole lot, because now I got to make a decision. I say, man, which one of these suggested prompts should I remove? So I really wished Microsoft would have thought this through, and I really hope that they bump this up, because if there's 12 in Agent Builder, I wish there are 12 over here as well, because then the migration will be fully seamless. So if any of you on the PG group are listening to me, please bump this up to all the way to 12, all right? Because now I got to make the decision, man, which one of these do I need to delete? So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to delete the ones in the bottom. All right, so I've got that one deleted, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll delete one more. So after that, yep, that goes away. I still cannot add any more, but hey, I lost 6, all right? This is the one I was a little bummed up about, but hey, that's fine, all right? We're good. All of it came through. So now what I'm going to just do is click on create, all right? That way it will go through and create the agent. This create also means it actually goes ahead and saves it. So now the agent actually gets saved. And from here on, you can start building on top of it. This is where you can go ahead and add your triggers. You can go ahead and add all your tools, other agents, topics, activities, like you can enhance it. Now you can take that no-code agent that you built and really work on top of it. So I'm just going to wait for the instruction piece to finish over here, because there's one other thing that I want to show you. All right, the agent has been provisioned. And did you notice something? That I actually lost my icon over here. So I'm thinking this might be a little bug which is there right now, which Microsoft will go ahead and fix it. But hey, at least most of our agent, the majority of it is right over here. All right, so there's one important thing that I want to test over here because I know some of you are thinking about that as well. So Daniel, what if you go ahead and take this agent from Copilot Studio and publish it back into M365 Copilot? Will it override the existing agent that is over there, or will it just create another one? I mean, that's a valid question. So let's test it, all right? I'm going to come over here to my channels, and I'm going to actually select this one over here. I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to say, hey, go ahead and make it available in M365 Copilot. I'll go ahead and click on Add a Channel. Yes, that's fine. I'll click on Publish. It's going ahead and doing the publishing. Now keep this in mind. I am only allowed to do this over here in this environment because I have allowed publishing it in this channel, all right? That's an important thing. So wherever you go ahead and migrate or copy your agent over, that environment should have this flexibility. So the agent is currently being published. The channel has been added on the top right. Cool. It says the agent has been published. Here is the date and time. And the next thing is I'll make sure I get the exact same icon. Now here's another test I'm going to do. I'll come back to the original agent. This was my icon. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to do so I'm going to go ahead and just call this one as my holiday sales agent. I'll click over here, save, because that's the exact same folder that I got. That's the exact same PNG icon that I got. Come back over here. I'm going to go ahead and change that icon. Let me just go and grab that one over here again, which was the holiday sales agent, the first one. And when I click on it, it tells me the selected file is 409 KB. Choose an image that is less than 300 KB. So that's the second inconsistency. The icon that we have in Agent Builder, its size over there was much larger, over 400 KB. But when we go and copy that into Copilot Studio, here it has to be 30 KB. So I think that's why we went ahead and even lost that icon altogether. So what I'll do is I'll just come back over here because I have exactly the same one, but I went ahead and loaded. See, I made it below 30 KB. So I'll select that, click on open, and then I'll also change the backend color a little bit. I'm going to make that. So at least now it looks a little bit more consistent. I'll keep everything else as is. I'll go and click on save. This way it's telling me, hey, it's saving your changes. And then I'll go ahead and publish it. We'll see what happens. All right. So I'm going to go and see now. I'm going to select C agent in M365. When I click on it, another tab opened up. It's giving me, this is the one. I'll go and click on add. It's adding. It usually takes an extra minute or two for the icon to show up, so I'll just leave that as is. It's going and adding, and now we will know what happens. Does the existing one get wiped off, or do we actually get a new one? And there you go. It actually came in as a new one. The original one, which was built in Agent Builder, still remains as is, but a whole new one came in. This one only has those 6 prompts. A quick and easy way to understand which one is which is that the one that was built in Copilot Studio, when I click on the ellipses, I see share, I see uninstall. But the original one, which is built in Agent Builder, when I come over here and click on the ellipses, I see the edit. Edit tells me that this is the one that was built in Agent Builder. So there's quick ways to actually understand which one is which. See, I deliberately showed this to you so that now you know that you have to plan accordingly. So when you had this agent, the holiday sales agent that you went ahead and built it in Agent Builder, after you migrate that into your Copilot Studio side, while it's still sitting over there and it's all getting updated, it's fine. But before you go ahead and migrate that from here, you actually publish it from MCS Copilot Studio into the Agent Builder, my recommendation to you is go ahead, uninstall the original one, the first one. That way you won't have any confusion with the end users. Because it doesn't do any overriding, it doesn't do any automatic deleting. Both of them will show up over here. So I wanted to show this to you. That way you know exactly how to plan for it. All right, so in the introduction, I mentioned that there are a few gotchas. One, you just saw it, the number of suggested prompts. Initially in Agent Builder, we had 12. When we copied that over into Copilot Studio, over there were only 6. Another gotcha is the permissions. Whatever permissions you set in the Agent Builder for your sharing, that doesn't copy over there. So any security groups you might have used or anything like that, it doesn't copy over there. In Copilot Studio, you've got to go ahead and set up your own permissions. Right over here, when you're going and doing your sharing, you have to set it up exactly how you want, based on your security group, whatever. You have to plan this from scratch. And about the suggested prompts, I do want to call out one thing. It's not a gotcha, but that's a question that you might already have. Is that back over here, do I match the limitations on the suggested prompts? Because yes, the total count was a limitation, but what about over here? The title and the prompt itself. Because here in Copilot Studio, I can actually see that the title can only be 30 characters, and then the prompt can be up to 4,000 characters. Now here you'll be happy to note that this limitation is the exact same which is there in the agent builder. Now it doesn't clearly show you that, but I have actually done my testing. I went and put in a title over here about 31 characters, it wouldn't take it, but it took the 30 characters. And in the message, I tried putting in more than 4,000 characters, it would not, but it takes exactly the 4,000 character number. So if for some reason your numbers are that way over here, migrating that over into Copilot Studio will be just fine because the title and the message limits matches one-to-one in both places. So I want to close this video with some commonly asked questions. The first one we kind of already touched, is that the agent was there in M365 Copilot's agent builder, and when we do the copy, that original agent doesn't get affected. It will always remain there. Second one, when we have an agent in Copilot Studio now, all right, and we are making changes to it, we are saving it over there, and even when we do a publish, it does not update that original agent in Agent Builder. And I know for some of you, this is already common sense, but hey, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows this, all right? And once again, to reiterate, when you have that copy agent in Copilot Studio, when we do a publishing, it does not affect that original one in Agent Builder. And finally, you can do that copying from Agent Builder multiple times. It's not that it's a one and done. Like I went ahead and copied it from Agent Builder into my developer environment. I can go ahead and copy that again into another environment. The only thing you got to keep in mind is that when you're doing copying, there is that brief period where there's a little migration going on. And at that time, you cannot do an additional copy. You have to wait till that first copy is done, then you can go and do all the other ones. This is something which is good for you to be aware of. But isn't this awesome? Once again, we finally have this bridge which clears that gap where we can now take that no-code agent from Agent Builder and copy it over into Copilot Studio to take it to the next level. Thank you so much to Microsoft to go ahead and build this and finally make it available for us. And yes, there are a few little quirks over there that I've called out. Please go ahead and fix those as well. Hopefully this video was useful to you. And as always, keep building agents in Copilot Studio. Hey everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm a community contributor focusing on all things AI related. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and leave a comment behind. I love reading the feedback you leave behind as it really helps me shape my future content. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. So once again, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.